NBA season. Excuse me, of the NBA season as the San Antonio Spurs take on the Los Angeles Clippers here in San Antonio. The last couple of times we played the Clippers, I believe we lost one game. Let me find where we. I do apologize for the little bit of a delay. We lost by 13. We won by 13, so we kind of got vengeance on the Clippers. Do we play? Okay, I couldn't find the other game, but so we're 50-16. We're the best team in the Western Conference. We have accomplished one goal, winning 50 games. We're looking to improve. Obviously, we're still first place in the Western Conference. And let's go ahead and get into this game as we get ready to face the Los Angeles Clippers in San Antonio. 38-26 Clippers versus a 15-16 Spurs as we head to the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. Chris Paul against Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the San Antonio Spurs. For San Antonio, they won their last matchup, that game against Oklahoma City. They're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. And for all those teams that have wrapped up playoff spots, Shaq, what can we expect from them strategically here at the end of the regular season?
Well, for the top team, Ernie, it becomes about securing home court advantage. You want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs. We've seen a lot of teams, Ernie, start off strong. Where are they now?
Do you want rest if you're a frontline player? If you're a guy who's playing a lot, do you need some rest before the playoffs?
You know, a lot of people answer that question, and if you played more than 8 years, yes, you need rest. If you're a young player, such as Freak, you don't need rest.
No, you may have players coming back from midseason injuries, but you need to get them back into the flow. But you got to get your playoff game face on. And you know who had the best game face playoff?
Alonzo Mourning?
No, this guy next to us. Show him your game face.
Alonzo had a good game face, too.
Stop it. You look at this guy's game. Look at this guy's game face. Show him.
Let me see your game face.
You know what, kid? I lost it. I can't do it.
Let me see your game face. Oh, that is frightening.
Oh, wait.
That's not a game look. That's not a game look. That's your game book look. I can't do it anymore.
Here's a guy with no game face, Kevin Harlan.
Alonzo Mourning.
Alright guys, so here we go for the 67th game of the NBA season as the Spurs take on the Los Angeles Clippers here in San Antonio. The Spurs looking to continue their impressive winning streak against the Clippers. A huge push for the playoffs. Who will win tonight's game here in San Antonio? We're going to find out right now as we are underway.
And it's been home cooking for the Spurs in the midst of a homestand here in San Antonio.
Kawhi Leonard with a great defensive play to start the ball game.
Happy to have Jamal Crawford back.
Marcus Aldridge with a nice dunk there to start the ball game off of a Chris Paul turnover. So it's been an interesting start to the season.
His absence affected this team.
The Clippers have kind of struggled the last couple of games.
You could see that there was a dip.
The Spurs have just been dominating the league all season long.
Will bring to the table, and so now that he's back,
Redick
I'm interested to see.
can't hit the jump shot. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Clippers right now, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards.
All right, terrible shot there by Tony Parker.
And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games.
Another block.
His lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year.
And the Spurs are running loose here early in this game.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact
Spurs.
he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And stolen by
Another turnover by the Spurs, by the Clippers, and Kawhi Leonard dunks it again.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
And the Spurs 6-0 start.
Greg, I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Spurs.
Oh, Danny Green with the foul there.
For the contact right there. Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th
Spurs
season.
looking to build some momentum for the playoffs.
To transform his game as he gets on in age. Clark, we've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last
what a
year.
rebound off the board.
Tremendous poise and professionalism.
8-1 run for the Spurs to start this game out.
Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Kawhi Leonard with the foul there.
Key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with this floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's
Beautiful
no easy assignment. We'll see how much
drive by
success
Blake
they have
Griffin there.
defensively.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And San Antonio.
Oh,
has
Blake
possession.
Griffin, nice
Clippers
tip
getting the bucket.
pass there.
Back to Paul from outside the arc.
Paul
Rebounded
can't get
by
the shot to go.
They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And how about the game plan?
Oh, Danny Green picks up the foul. And what a dunk by Danny Green.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And the Spurs making
And
a
the
change
Spurs
here. Duncan's
11-3
checked in.
start.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Now here's Reddick. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
You love
Andre can't get the rebound.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Danny Green pulls up for three, and the Spurs are running away with it in the first quarter.
Teams in the league, a far cry from when they were a bottom feeder.
Timeout, San Antonio. Doc Rivers calls a timeout for the Clippers.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization.
What a start by the Spurs.
Head coach, but also in charge of all basketball.
There's too many turnovers for
really the leader
LA here in the first quarter, and they have not been able to get going at all.
Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. Mills with the steal.
Patty Mills.
Inside, here's Leonard. Out to Duncan. Fires the three.
Patty Mills can't get the three to go, and he had a great look.
Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been
Jamal
a lot of
Crawford,
coaches
big
that
shot
came
there.
from this old Celtics team, and of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned, leader and coach on the floor.
Jonathan Simmons has not played in
Kevin, I didn't like that
a month or
defensive
two.
effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not.
Oh, beautiful defense by the Spurs.
Going to play because they do. They're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Kawhi Leonard with the three.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
It just seems like they're a step slow today.
Paul kicks to Stevenson. Griffin with it. Leonard picks him up. Leonard against Griffin. Drops it in from 11
Good
feet.
shot by Blake Griffin.
Griffin's got his second
He had to
basket.
get his way
ability is
to
matched
the
only
lane.
by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Leonard the pass to West. Dishes it to Mills. And Simmons kicks to Mills.
Oh,
Here's
bad
West.
defense.
And he throws
Bad
it down
defense by Blake
for the win.
Griffin.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now here's Paul. Looking for his first basket still in this one. They set the pick. The three.
Crawford, big shot by the Clippers.
Well, excellent work that time by Paul. Set a nice screen that time.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. A three from Leonard. And again,
Kawhi Leonard from downtown. 22-10 first quarter points for the Spurs.
Look at the lead they've jumped out to already.
And Crawford cannot hit the shot from half court. And the Spurs lead 22-10 after the first quarter. What a dominating performance by the Spurs, hitting their shots, defense, and the Spurs lead by 12 after 1.
And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier this season and embrace lofty expectations.
Expectations are good. I try to remind my players and myself at times that all the criticism, all the stuff is really a compliment. It's really good for you. It means that people think you can be something.
Doc Rivers is really a master motivator.
All right, guys, out there, good start by the Spurs.
Jiu-jitsu, the way he takes something like criticism and Clark turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for Doc? I mean, he's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for. He played the game. And he's
Boris Diaw with a nice shot there.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't
Block.
This has been a shooting drill thus far.
warm-up jumpers because there hasn't been much resistance.
Boris Diaw is out there with Green. Then it's Mills. Then it's Tony Parker. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Here's Diaw. Another one falls.
Diaw with the inside shot there.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively.
Nice block.
A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Great look.
That's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one. Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say,
open.
my goodness, if he could just get it.
Can't get the
but he uses
foul there by Montegovic on DeAndre Jordan.
To his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him, so he's making good use of the extra LBs.
The Clippers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Marcus Aldridge has checked in for San Antonio. That one misses. Getting back to Diaw, he has a sneaky quick first step. You think he won't or can't blow by you, then suddenly, and you know this,
Parker.
You're stuck to his hip as he's taking it to the rack for a and one.
You know, he's a bit like Formal, and I'm not talking about his body type.
Or the grill.
Yeah, you know, Diaw plays with you a little bit, puts that body on you, lulls you to sleep, then wham, shows you up in the worst way.
Terrible defense by the Clippers. Leaving Aldridge wide open for a dunk.
As you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in
And
spectacular fashion.
timeout,
And you know,
Clippers.
that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Johnson the screen. Rivers kicks to Jordan.
Oh, complete mismatch.
Johnson against Aldridge.
Reddick
Good. It's
got the
with
shot to
assist
go.
that time. Reddick's got his first basket of the night. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time.
Nice shot by Tony Parker.
Look, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first.
And the Clippers just not playing no defense in this
Yeah, I
game.
agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Here's Smith. It's hauled in
Josh
by
Smith couldn't
Diaw.
get the shot to
You gotta
go.
give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well.
Oh,
today,
come on,
but
Tony.
really,
That was a
it's
wide open
about
layup,
what they've
dude.
done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Parker against Rivers. Now the pass to Reddick. From deep. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Josh Reddick on fire. JJ Reddick on fire.
Absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Aldridge dishes to Green. Top of the key, Diao. Spurs passing it around.
Out of bounds, Spurs ball.
Last touch by Reddick.
Clippers are just trying to claw their way back in this ball game here.
Best rebounding teams since the All-Star break. In the 3rd spot, the Spurs.
Well, they've gotten a fresh start since that break, Kevin. They're like a new team when it comes to rebounding the ball. They've gotten charged up and revved up to rebound.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now.
Oh, Aldridge
Griffin
missed
comes
him
in
off
for
the
Jordan,
backboard.
And it's Crawford in for J.J. Reddick. Here's Crawford. And the rejection by Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard with the big block.
Clippers keep possession. West is checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Lance Stevenson's checked in for the Clippers. Paul comes in for Rivers. Here in the 2nd quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Simmons with the foul there on Blake Griffin. 12-point lead for the Spurs.
1:32 left in the 2nd quarter. The baseline J.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Tony Parker with the layup.
Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level.
And the Clippers just have no answer for the Spurs in the fast break.
Last season,
oh, Kawhi Leonard steals it from Chris Paul. And Kawhi Leonard with a thunderous jam.
Turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right
18
with the steal,
to 24, 34.
On the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Tim Duncan with the steal.
That Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Parker. And it's Parker.
Oh, come on, Tony Parker.
No other way.
Those are easy layups, and we just can convert.
For him, but luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And David West gets the whistle that time. The Clippers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. The first one falls. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that
basically the
perception.
first turnover of the game for the Spurs.
For flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
And the Clippers just trying to build some momentum here before the half.
Better finish.
San Antonio leading by 12. And
David West with a big dunk there.
For a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-handed. I didn't see that.
Nice challenge.
I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Leonard, that's for 2. He got it up.
Couldn't get it to go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first half here in San Antonio. The Spurs up 36-22, a 14-point lead, going to the halftime break.
Well, David, a great first half that demonstrates a lot of the evolution of this team. As a veteran of this group, can you tell us a bit about the concepts that have helped this cohesion?
You know, we've developed some good habits, creating an identity, but we've just got to continue to try to make the right play every single time, and then the game will speak for itself.
David, thank you. Guys, Coach would point directly to this guy as to what this team is all about.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Good quarter, good half by the Spurs. Lead by 14. Looking to close the deal.
Because of that, there's now a major intimidation factor working in their favor.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards.
Oh.
And it's Johnson in at small forward.
Oh, I've turned the ball over. Too much passing.
Here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. It's good in the San
that was barely.
Cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Johnson.
Just great defense by us in the first half.
Pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's
Danny Green with the dunk.
And a resounding dunk.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the
Oh,
effort
that
here tonight.
was a foul.
Called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And thank you to everybody who's joining in for the 67th game of the NBA season.
Paul passes to Redick.
Looking to get into the playoffs. We're currently the best team in the Western Conference with 50 wins the season. So we're the best team in the league.
And you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement.
So we're just trying to improve record-wise.
Last season,
and not get lazy when we get to the playoffs.
For the Clippers, he's come a long way.
And timeout by the Clippers.
Los Angeles calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, the coach is now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Beautiful play from the timeout. Redick once again continues to hit some big shots here.
Making a switch here. Mills is checked in. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency. Shooting over 47% from the field last year.
Danny Green with 10 points in this game. His best game in quite a few weeks, months, I believe.
Turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. Even improved as a defender.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Green.
Danny Green with the huge steal there.
And Mills kicks to Leonard.
Oh, I threw it right back to Chris Paul.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Paul with the ball, picked up by Aldridge. Lets it go. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut
J.J.
down
Redick
now
continues to hit big
The
shots.
basket from J.J.
Keeping the Clippers.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half.
Kawhi Leonard with the dunk there.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-handed.
Kawhi Leonard had a big first half with 12 points.
Continue to attack that rim.
Redick dishes to Jordan. The Spurs.
Oh, come on. That should not have been called a foul.
And then for Los Angeles, Smith comes in for Wesley Johnson. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Here's Redick. He's got 11. Here's Rivers. And the layup is good.
Nice layup by Austin Rivers.
They've come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
Oh, DL couldn't get the shot. Blake Griffin with the foul on Boris DL.
Well, as usual, offense in the NBA is being generated from the small forward position.
Look at Kawhi Leonard, ladies and gentlemen, averaging over 2.5 more points a game over Durant and LeBron James.
He just finds a way to score. And when he gets going, he can tear the rest of the NBA to shreds.
Well, there's no question he is the priority for any defense they're up against. He's impossible to shut down entirely, so you just want to slow him down from his spot on the wing.
And Redick couldn't get the shot to go there.
Defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Gio with the nice dunk, and the Spurs continue to run the ball
Well, I would hope so.
in the middle of the lane, and these Clippers are just struggling to play defense right now.
quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's the three. Cannot hit. So
Redick can get that shot to go there.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been.
And the Spurs are just running away with it. 17-point lead here with 150 to go in the third quarter.
I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
There's the dish to Jordan.
Oh, bad defense.
And he says, right back at you with
Timeout San Antonio. That was bad defense on my part. I overplayed it on that one.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
For the Clippers, and Stevenson's checked in for Jordan. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some
Dio hits the jumper. Boris Dio having a good game.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
David West with the steal.
1:10 left in the third quarter. Tipped away.
Oh, Tim Duncan got stripped. Oh, we're not gonna catch Jamal Crawford.
Plays it in off the breakaway. Crawford's got 9 points.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
Tim Duncan gets fouled by Blake Griffin on that play right there.
Use a few more sequences.
I tell you what, at this point in his career, it is safe to say, actually has been for a while, that Duncan might be one of the best power forwards ever. He is, clearly. 5 rings, 50 wins.
Duncan with both free throws.
Career,
good.
The complete package on the box.
Parker's checked in for the Spurs. And Stevenson kicks to Rivers. Griffin's shot
nice
is good.
lane by Blake Griffin on Tim Duncan.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
And Duncan, who briefly contemplated retiring after last season, showed in the playoffs, Greg, he is still very much at the top of his game.
Listen, Tim Duncan, for me, is the greatest power forward to ever play the game, although Pop will tell you he's actually a center.
Right.
Turn the ball over.
Hey, what a great matchup. How great was he, I should say, in the matchup against the Clippers last season. And throughout his career, he has been more consistent.
Duncan with the rebound.
I mean, it doesn't matter the year or who he's up against. This guy
Boris Dio can't get the dunk.
to leave his mark on
Wow, man. Trying to go for a fast
And
break.
there's the feed to Rivers. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And a 13-point lead. I mean, the Clippers, they can get a couple stops.
Height advantage there.
Can be running this ball game.
Body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Tony Parker with the buzzer beater. The Spurs back up by 15 after 3, ladies and gentlemen, 55-40. The final score going into the fourth quarter. 5 minutes remain. Spurs looking to beat the Clippers and go on to the 51st win of the NBA season. Will we do it? We got 5 minutes left.
Welcome in what has been a one-sided show.
All right, guys, so here we go.
Clippers trail by 15. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Paul, and it's blocked. To the inside.
Kawhi Leonard with a big dunk there. And the Spurs just continuing to put it on the Clippers here in this ball game.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one?
Another block.
Tomahawk slam.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Aldridge wide open, he fires. And the 3 off target.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every
Riddick.
time.
Beautiful.
With the bucket.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Spurs leading by 14. On the wing, Green. And it's good.
Danny Green with the 3. And timeout Clippers.
And that tells
Doc
you a
Rivers,
lot
they
about
just have no
the
answer for
score
San
is where
Antonio in
it
this
is.
ball game.
Lazy defense.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best.
We just put basically a solid game together in this game so far.
Over his 14 years there, just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. Clock at 6. Inside. Here's Johnson. And it's
Aldridge with the block.
Green
Another fast break for San Antonio. Oh, they got blocked.
Feeds to Mills. Pass to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Leonard. Aldridge against Johnson. Back to Aldridge. A second chance effort. Right through
Aldridge with a nice jump shot there.
The Spurs lead by
And
19.
Kawhi Leonard got blocked on the dunk and
of Tony Parker, the first
had to
year he
reset
laced
the
up his
entire
sneakers.
offense there.
He increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues.
Riddick wide open again.
Floor spacing
And continues to hit big shots. Timeout San Antonio. Popovich is just upset with how we're playing defense right now. Although we got a big lead, we just can't allow them to get comfortable jump shots.
And Riddick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume, it's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Riddick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
Aldridge with the offensive board and the rebound.
He's been one of their
Good
more
job by
reliable
Aldridge
options
there.
Today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Paul passes to Riddick. He kicks to Jordan. He feeds it to Paul. Jordan the screen. Passes it to Riddick. Tries from 16.
Oh, nice block.
Tipped.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, Patty
Their
Mills.
lead is not
That was a beautiful.
given their advantage on the backcourt.
And for Riddick, he knew what his NBA career would be like.
Patty
Way
Mills
back
picks
in
up the foul on
2005,
Chris Paul.
I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star. I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball, and JJ knew it as well.
And the Spurs make it.
Oh, Blake Griffin with a big block.
Here's Paul. Johnson outside. Shoots from the baseline. Almost.
Blake Griffin can't hit the.
Spurs leading by 16. The drive by Green. Parker with it. Chris Paul covering and taken away by Johnson. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by
Wow.
Duncan. He's checked
Incredible
in for San Antonio.
transition there.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Paul kicks to Jordan. It's Riddick on the wing. Pass to Griffin. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers.
Oh, beautiful ball movement, but too much.
Off the mark.
Too much moving around. And Kawhi Leonard with the huge dunk.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Spurs.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night.
Nice dunk there. 20-point lead with 1 minute to play. The Spurs defense has just been swarming the Clippers.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And bragging rights between
Paul
these
for
teams
three.
on the line
Got
today,
it.
and they put in some very good work to earn them.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And Duncan with the big back shot there, back fadeaway there.
Terrific
He
run.
posted up Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Jordan with the screen on Leonard. Here's Griffin. Duncan with the block.
Duncan blocked there.
Dishes to Green.
Oh yeah, that was a bad shot.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots
And
like
that
that.
is the ball game,
Yeah,
ladies and
heat check or
gentlemen.
not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
JJ Redick,
Wow,
incredible
risky
game
shot
for
there
him.
size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses.
Oh well, I
allows
turned the
that
ball
one
over
to go.
there
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
just to bring the subs in. And next ball game, ladies and gentlemen, the Spurs dominate the Clippers. What a dominating game. 70-53, a 17-point blowout in San Antonio. What a game.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
David, obviously a very productive second unit. How does that change this basketball team when they play like that?
I mean, they set the tone, and we're a very deep team. Our bench is going to have an advantage most nights.
David, thank you. Kevin, depth always important in the NBA.
Doris, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the third quarter.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage.
Wow. His highlight reel is something to watch, guys. I mean, he just simply attacked the rim. He played aggressively, did not back down from anyone. He kept the momentum moving in their favor.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
What a game, ladies and gentlemen, by the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard with 22 points, 3 blocks. Danny Green with 13 points, had a good game. Boris Diaw with 9. Aldridge with 8. Tony Parker with 6. Jakovic 4. Duncan 4. David West 4. The rest of the Spurs struggled from the field. It was a tough game, ladies and gentlemen, but we got it. I mean, it was just straight up one of the best games we played all year long against a potential series in the NBA playoffs. So let's see how I did for the entire game. Okay, so I shot 63% from the field, only 4 3-pointers, only 10 attempts from the line, 24 break points. That's huge. We had 10 blocks and we had 7 steals. So we basically did very well. Defensively was our best game. We ball over more than they did, but they were unable to really get anything going from it. So we won 70-53 over the Clippers. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for the 68th game of the season, where I believe I take on the Detroit Pistons. Stay tuned for that. Please visit my YouTube. Leave your comments on. Check out all the great other content I have from Uncharted 4, Doom, Quantum Break, content, and much, much more. I hope to see you guys for the 68th game of the NBA season. Spurs continue to push for over 60-win season. Hopefully we can get that. Looking forward to that. Playoffs are quickly coming in here in the 2K16 with the Spurs. Down the road, we only got like 15, got what? 14 games left of the regular season. So I'm going to try to crank out live streams of this game of my season as fast as possible. So you might see a lot more NBA here in the near future. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to me, HOWTONEVOLUTION, on YouTube. If you guys want to play me here in NBA 2K16 on PS4, send me a game invite, send me a message, send me a friend request, or leave a comment on this video toward any kind of match in NBA 2K16. I will gladly face you guys. Maybe we can shoot together, or we'll just have some fun playing again. Bye, guys.